Bonjour et bienvenue. Welcome to lundi, le 30 août. Lundi, le 30 août is today's date. Okay, so quick rundown of what you'll be doing today. We have our mot de passe. We have a little discussion that I will talk to you about in a second. We're going to be doing some more actions. TPR, remember, is our acronym that we use for that, TPR en français. We have a song of the week, la chanson de la semaine, that you are going to be looking at, and then we are going to look at how to set up our notebook, le cahier. So first things first, au revoir. Au revoir is your password. You'll be using that either in our in-person, or rather synchronous meeting, mercredi on Wednesday, or you'll be doing a Flipgrid of it on Wednesday. We're going to move on to this day in history. So, aujourd'hui, c'est lundi le 30 août. En 1483, le roi Louis XI est mort et son fils Charles VIII l'Affable est devenu le roi. Le roi, c'est king en français. So this is the date in this year that King Louis XI, can you figure out what a mort means? Think of a mortuary, morgue. Those things have to do with death. So il est mort, he died. Son fils, his son, le fils, whose name is Charles VIII l'Affable. So sometimes kings were kind of designated as some characteristic that described them. So affable or affable means a nice enough guy, easy to get along with, nice in some ways. Et devenu le roi. So his son became the king after Louis XI died. So speaking of a characteristic that kings go by, Louis XI was known as Louis le Prudent. Prudent. So careful, prudent. Il n'avait pas beaucoup d'amis. Il n'avait pas beaucoup d'amis. So ami, we're going to think about maybe amigo in Spanish. Or in English, we have some words with the same root, like amicable. If somebody is amicable, it means that they are likable. Amis, say friends. Il n'avait pas beaucoup d'amis. He didn't have many friends. Charles VIII avait seulement 13 ans. So we see the number 13. An, if you think about like annual, it means years. So il avait 13 ans, seulement 13 ans. He only was 13 years old, quand il est devenu le roi de France, when he became, remember, le roi, king of France. Charles l'Affable est mort à l'âge de 28 ans quand il s'est frappé la tête contre une porte. Okay, a little bit to unpack here. Il est mort, remember we learned up here that means he died, quand, when, il s'est frappé, think of like a frappe that you might get at a coffee shop. It means that it's been beaten, something that's been beaten. So frappe means to hit or to beat. And I do this because frappe la tête. We know this from our TPR, la classe touche la tête. So il s'est frappé la tête, he hit his head, contre, against, une porte. Boom, il s'est frappé la tête contre une porte. So he died when he hit his head against a door. So that's unfortunate. Also, probably not a super common way to die. But there you go. So, la discussion. I want you to, and I kind of just walked you through this, so this should be pretty easy now that you've watched this video. Identify a couple words that you could have figured out from English, or that you could have figured out like la tête, from what we've done in class already, our actions. And then just one quick question here. Who is older, Louis or Charles? And you're going to answer those by going to this link or Remember, we actually could get to these slides by going to Schoology. They're in the main page under Cette Semaine. Here are our slides, and then this is the folder specifically for this week. So here is that discussion. So you can get to it from the slides, or you can get to it from the folder for today. Okay. Okay, so after this day in history, again, you have the same actions we did last week. So la classe se lève, la classe s'assied, la classe touche la tête, la classe touche l'estomac, la classe touche les cheveux. You saw those already. Go through the video. You're going to need them tomorrow, so keep that in mind. And then we have la chanson, our song of the week this week, is a song about the days of the week. So you're going to listen to this song on this video. Note down here, in France, the days of the week start with Monday. So whereas in English we say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they start with Monday. So when they say lundi, mardi, mercredi, they're not starting with Sunday, they're starting with Monday. So lundi is Monday, mardi, Tuesday, mercredi, Wednesday, and so on. And then these are a couple of, oh, no, this is a typo. These are a couple of vocab words that you're going to see in the song. Il y a, there are, 7 jours, 7 days, dans, in, la semaine, the week. So all you're going to hear is these terms and the days of the week. The rest of the song is just repetition of that. So listen, try to get those days of the week up here. That's something we're going to hear again and again. Last thing this week, you need to set up le cahier. Now, you can number the pages if you want to. If you're a perfectionist and want to have everything just right, I can totally understand why you'd want to do that. You can also just kind of eyeball these pages. So the first few pages of le cahier, if you have a cahier that is this cool, good on you, are going to be for les mots de passe, your passwords. Remember, on the slide for le mot de passe, you see on page 1 of your composition notebook, it should look like this. So you're going to write, so if this is page 1 of my notebook, I'm going to write at the top, mot de passe, just like you see here, numéro 1, bonjour, hello, numéro 2, au revoir, goodbye. So just have French, English, all the way down the page. You'll have more and more. I said here to leave pages 1 through 3 for this. I don't think you'll actually need 3 pages, but that's probably just a good idea, just in case. So from about page 4 on, this is where you're going to do what are called quick writes. We'll talk more about that a little later this week, but it's just a timed writing you're going to do every once in a while. Every week, hopefully, but every once in a while. And then we're going to skip this and go to the very back. In the very back, this is where you're going to write your stories and our summaries for special person, la personne spéciale. So tomorrow, you're going to hear your first special person interview. La personne spéciale is something we're going to do every week. I'll explain more about it tomorrow. But basically, I will interview somebody. We'll go through and I'll ask them just a few questions. And then you'll hear the answers to those questions. Then as a class, we'll go through and write a narrative. This person's name is such and such. This person is however years old. This person is in whatever grade, etc. And we'll make a narrative about that person, and you'll be expected to write that in your notebook along with our stories. And all of that is going to go from the back forward in your notebook. You'll do those double spaced, and then every week you're going to have homework. Well, homework, I guess everything's homework for you since you're an online class, but you'll have an assignment where you translate whatever that narrative is, be it a story or une personne spéciale, a special person. So that's what that is. That's going to be moving forward from the back of your notebook. And then everything in between the quick writes from about page 30 to about page 50, that's going to be just blank space for any additional notes that you want to take about class. And like I said, you can kind of ballpark this because you're at home. I'm not going to make you number every single page like I am for my in-person classes, but the more organized your cahier is, the better off you're going to be. As always, any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Au revoir, class.